Hi guys, quick sound check if I may. Just let me know if you can hear me okay. Thank you. Okay, is that any better? Hopefully my voice should be a little bit clearer now. Awesome, good. So welcome guys. Yes, this is the new Bell 407 and it's incredible, it really is. I've only flown it a few times now, so I'm still learning quite a lot of stuff in this chopper, but first impressions are really good. Very detailed helicopter. It's very impressive. Just the details, you know, you can take your headset off, the sound gets louder, put them back on. Absolutely incredible. And the physics is just really good. The detail on the chopper is really good. The graphics as well, really impressive. You see when we take off, if I leave the headsets there, they start swaying. It's all about the little details, really. The sounds, lighting, you can pretty much play around with anything here in this chopper. It's just really impressive. The sounds are incredible, and when you're, as you can see, when you come out, the sound changes. There you go. Completely different sounds depending where you're situated. Of course, if you close the door, it gets much quieter. And of course, the sounds when you fly this thing are just incredible, which you'll see shortly. Hi Pacey, welcome back to the stream. Yeah, right, very realistic. The thing is, it's so realistic. You sort of do need to know how to fly a helicopter. It's not the easiest thing to fly, but it's good. It's good to learn. You can alter the realism, whatever. But yeah, the realism. Sorry, the detail. As you can see, the vents here. The detail on this chopper is just immense. It really is. I think it's quite exciting because it just shows you the capabilities of X-Plane, and if the developers really know what they're doing, they can put out some really cool stuff. Anyway, let's go flying. So you can see how this thing forms. Now, as I say, I've only flown it a few times, so hope I don't embarrass myself too much. your hand-to-eye coordination needs to be on point with this. Slightest bit of wind, turbulence, you need to really watch out. See what I'm saying about the headset swaying from the gravity? It's just really cool. But I'm going to put the headsets on because it'll make it a little bit quieter in the cockpit. There we go. So this is the latest release, latest update of X-Plane 11, by the way. I think it's RC2, if I'm not mistaken. And it seems to be good on my frames. In fact, let's enable it. Where am I flying from? Some random village. I have no idea. It's just outside of Seattle. There we go, as you can see, frames around 50 during the stream, which is pretty good because probably lose between 10 and 15 FPS while streaming. It was 65 before I loaded up OBS, which is a software I use for streaming. But I want to show you some of the cool things that this helicopter is. Mainly the sounds, really, that's really impressive. So if I increase the torque, you can hear different sounds to the pitch, and if you do sharp turn, now for those of you who haven't been in a helicopter, I can assure you that's a very realistic simulation of how the sound, the pitch of the sound changes depending on the angle of attack, the propellers. It's really impressive how they've simulated all the details of that. It's just really cool. So much fun to fly. And the flyby sounds are pretty cool. I can show you that now. Now that is exactly what a Jet Ranger sounds like. Yeah, the attention to detail on this helicopter is just astonishing, it really is. I'm not normally a big helicopter fan. I do fly helicopters from time to time, but it's not what I fly most of the time. But I've heard so many good things about this. I decided to buy it just to see the level of detail that people keep going on about, and it's been very impressive. So there's a small airport just up ahead there, so we'll fly towards there and land, and then we can try something different. So I'm not sure if any of you guys noticed, I don't know if you follow my Facebook page or not, but Dovetails announced, I think they announced it a while ago, but I think recently I saw some news about it being put on hold or something like that. But today was a bit of a surprise because there was a full-blown video about that some sort of early release is imminent. And from some of the screenshots that they've provided and some of the short video clips, it looks pretty good, to be fair. And I think that's thanks to the integration of OrbX, I think FTX textures or whatever you call it. So that's going to be in the sim by default. So they must have had some sort of agreement with OrbX, which is a very smart move. I'm not sure if some of you know or didn't know, OrbX was jumping on X-Plane, developed some cool stuff for it. But I think the developers, the guys at Laminar Research, apparently they had a falling out with OrbX, so they pulled out, which is a shame, because I think there would have been some really good stuff. But anyway, there we go. Hi Perico and hi Masic. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing your names right. How many gigabytes I have in RAM? It's 16. So it's always I see a lot of people online debating about the RAM that you need for X-Plane, and a lot of people have you will have to try and convince you that 32 is what you need. I can tell you, I've done a lot of stuff with X-Plane in terms of add-ons, scenery, author for XP, so photo scenery, all that kind of thing, and never struggled on 16 gig. So, in my opinion, you do not need more than 16 gig of RAM. Most important thing, a bit like some of the other sims, is the CPU. So I'm running at 4.8 water cooled, and that does make a difference. The GPU obviously does help, excuse me, but the GPU is only as useful as the CPU. So if you don't have a decent CPU, the graphics card's not going to really help you too much. Just can't get over the sound. And this helicopter is just incredible. It's just so good. You really do have to fly this thing properly. What I mean is that you really have to be on your toes. You can't. It's not like an airplane where you sort of take your eye off the controls or let go. You really have to be flying it. A lot of focus. There we go. Not too bad, was it? So let's change the time of day a little bit. Let's make it a little bit darker, so you can appreciate some of the lighting in this aircraft. Of course, you can adjust brightness of the cockpit lighting and all that sort of thing there. You've also got this cool little torch here, top there. If you click it, there you go, it lights up. Of course, you can twist it, alter the position of the lighting, which is pretty cool. Still trying to work out how to spin this thing around. It's quite tricky. There we go. Of course, you got all the lights on the outside as well, landing lights, and you can see the lighting inside as well. See the torch that it enabled inside there, lighting up the cockpit. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Of course, you can open the doors. The reflection detail is just incredible. There you go. And it's just a little detail. I mean, check this out. There you go. How much fuel do you want to put? There you go. You can alter the fuel. I shouldn't have done that, because now I've switched it off, but that's okay. Oops. Okay, let's get rid of that. There you go. Awesome sounds from the interior. We can open the door. Hi Ian, welcome back. Hi Thomas. Hi Ruben. Hi Marcel. Thank you, Marcel. I guess it's all the years of practice that I've had flying helicopters. As I say, I don't fly helicopters often, but I guess it's a little bit like a bike. So once you've learned how to fly the helicopter, you don't forget. But to be fair, a lot of the helicopters in X-Plane are not that great. They're not simulated accurately, but this one is very, very realistic. So you notice there when I took the headset off, it gets louder. Which is pretty cool. Okay, how about that for detail? Let's just brighten it up a little bit. There we go. And it's really cool because you can see, if we just wait for the props to stop spinning, I can show some cool, more cool attention to detail stuff. Ruben, I think you're right actually. The lighting has improved. So this is release candidate 2, and as you can see from my frame rates, they've definitely been working on some improvements. I know they said that the majority of the improvements are gonna happen in, I think, release candidate. I can't remember now. 2 point something. I'm not sure. Some of you may know, but yeah. So they haven't even really focused on performance yet. They're just ironing out quite a lot of other stuff, rendering stuff. As you can see, by the way, this is default weather and lighting. I've disabled XEnviro. I'm having a few issues with XEnviro, so if I enable it, you can see. So I lose what, 5 FPS, maybe more, almost 10. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's no, you know, XEnviro is just incredible. I mean, look at that. But I'm waiting for them to update it because they haven't updated it in a while, and I'm sure that it'll improve the performance. But yeah, it's just incredible. That's mountains there in the distance, by the way. But yeah, I mean, that's just realistic, isn't it? But yeah, for me, performance is really important. I like flawless flawless performance in the sim. I just noticed something just a second ago, which I'm not even going to pretend that I knew what it was, but there it is there. So I had no idea all this existed. That's really cool. Wow. Well, there we go. Learned something new. Floats. Windows and doors. Wow, that's incredible. Low skid. How about that, guys? Thomas, so I have the i7 4790K. Is it 4790, 4970? I always mix it up. And it's running at 4.8 gigahertz and is stable. I did try 4.9. It was stable most of the time, but from time to time it would just crash. So yeah, I disabled it. Wow, okay, check that out. That's incredible. Okay, so I'm learning quite a lot about this helicopter, as you can see. I wasn't lying when I said I've only flown it 3 times. Starting to realise there's a lot more to this than I originally thought. Hi, Xavione. Welcome. Yeah, I agree, Ruben. I think they're really focused on that. They're trying to really there we go, cut off the power. That shut that warning sound. Yeah, they are really trying to focus on the performance of it, which is awesome, really good. Because from what I understand, for a sim to be authorized for, look at this. Come on, this is just ridiculous. Yeah, so for a sim to be certified in the real world, apparently it has to be flawless. It has to have flawless performance. It has to be very fluid. And I know that, you know, X-Plane have always tried to cater for the professional market. and I saw, I think, I don't know if some of you saw the video by Explain guys. So they apparently they want to create a sort of a study level Airbus 320. So that's cool. And if you guys remember, some of you might remember, I think they promised a Falcon, a jet, private jet. So hopefully that will be released in not too distant future. But yeah, so I'm still, as you can see, I'm still learning quite a lot about this this awesome helicopter. A lot of the stuff that I've just there you go. Could spin it manually. That's just so cool. Yeah, because a lot of people have been asking, is it worth paying for this helicopter? Well, I said yes for sure, but now, I mean, seeing all of this detail, it's just mind blowing. It really is. It's just so cool. It's just incredible. So the other thing I want to show you, so if I just come up here, so you can see when I tilt the blades, when I move my joystick. Oh wow, okay. Okay, I've just discovered something else, guys. I can actually control this little thing. How cool is that? So basically, I'm just using the joystick to move this little thing. So it's like a little push cart, I guess. And then you can use the rudders to maneuver it on the ground. Come on, have you seen this level of detail in any sim? This really excites me because it just shows you the potential X-Plane has if developers are able to program such complex features. I mean, think what they can do. It's really cool. And you know, I'm not haven't got any. Just for the record, I'm not sponsored by the guys who made this or anything like that. It's just something that I purchased recently, and I'm exploring it for the first time, like you guys. And I'm only just learning all of this now. This is just so cool. So you could just, I guess, drive it into the hangar. And it's got sounds as well. Yeah, we don't need to fly. We could just drive this little thing around, can't we? And yeah, so you can, by the looks of it, you can lower it here. There we go. Connect that up, close this up. So that's interesting. I mean, I would have never guessed that. So where is this actually coming from? Just there. So that's GPU. Low skid. Okay. That's a dampener on top of the blades there. See. Glass doors instead. That might be actually quite good for, in terms of visibility, so we can leave that on and check it out. Floats. I'm curious actually. Let's go and try and land it on water. Look at this basket as well. So that's interesting. I wonder if you can actually... Okay, let's come out of here again. Don't know if there's that sounds quite loud, isn't it? So how do we come out of the helicopter? There was a function for you to enter the helicopter. I guess we can just come out manually. There we go. I'm wondering what this basket is for, whether it's actually functional. I'm sure we can find out. So let's leave the floats, wire cutters. That's interesting. I have no idea what that's for. Do any of you guys know? Is that for air shows or something like that? Rotor shadows. Yeah, we need to try that. Wow, okay. What's this? Some sort of camera. Sling hook. Wonder where the sling hook is, actually. Ah, it's at the bottom there. Okay. Remove ties and caps. Ground cut. So let's start this thing up. GPU. Okay. So yeah, I have the 1080 GTX. I am tempted to get the TI, but from what I see, I'm not convinced if it will make that much of a difference. I don't know. Yeah, that's right, Ruben. Shame Happy Camper isn't here. I think he would really like to see this. He may already have it, actually, to be fair, by now. Just incredible, the level of detail. I'm starting to get a little bit excited about all of this. But now, I have no idea how to start up a helicopter. Haven't learned how to do that. But let's see if X-Plane is going to help us do that. Let's close all the doors. Oops. Sounds like it's going to do that. There we go. So we're going to take off and see if we can land this on water, see how good the floats are. There's a sling hook that I've enabled. Don't know whether that's something we can operate. Just under there. And this cool thing, which I only assume is a camera. I don't know if it's just there for display or actually does anything. We'll soon find out. Hi, Thomas. Hi, Paranormal Gamer. Welcome back to the stream. So welcome to those of you new to the stream. Wouldn't mind if you subscribe to the channel and like the video. That would be awesome. So let's see. I'm going to put this on because that's annoying, and I have no idea where it's coming from. For any of you that guys who are helicopter experts, I would very much appreciate your assistance right now. Oops, I think I need that there. I can't work out what's causing that sound. It's lights, avionics master. So it's none of this. That's a heater. Cool. Aircon sounds simulated too. So I think it's probably to do with the torque, right? Let's see. That's pretty cool. Float inflate. Float arm. Okay, I think it's probably to do with the cyclic. I think that's what you call it. Unsure why. Ah, there we go. See, we're learning now. I understand, do we have to wait for the RPM so we can just chill out for a little bit. Look at that. Perhaps I shouldn't have done that just yet. So, how do we get rid of this? Float arm, float. Okay. See if we can remove it from here. Okay, I need to somehow disable this. Okay, let's try again. Okay, I think I've ruined it now. Yeah, I think I've just armed it, and I can't disable it now. Anyway, so I'm curious to see whether this thing here, okay, not sure whether that camera at the front is actually operational. Pretty sure it isn't, but that's interesting. I think that's for... We're going to test that out when we take off, that SAS button. Since I'm quite far out from the city, I'm going to keep Exenviro because it looks good and it's not too bad frames at the minute. Exavioni, can I send you the 1080 if I change TI? Hi Judman, long time no see. Welcome to the stream. Heath, I think you're right. Yeah, the RPM was low, and it sounds like I've sorted it out now. As Ruben said, I think if we had Happy Camper here, he would have helped me out. I wonder if I can. So Marcel, I wonder if I reset the. Where is it gone? Not sure whether it really is considered as a failure, but whether that actually sorts out the float issue. Doubt it, but nope. Anyway, let's take off and check out some of the other cool features here. So what does it say here? Okay, I think I've got it all in shape for flight, so there we go. Seems okay. What's so dark, Carlos? Do you want me to make the screen a little bit lighter, you mean? Okay, I have no idea why the helicopter's yawing to the right. There we go. I think it's to do with the wind. So let's go and find a small lake. I think there's one this way. So, for those of you who recently joined, this is the Bell 407. It's brand new. It's probably the most realistic aircraft in X-Plane that I've seen to date. It's just incredible. The sounds are really good. You can see when I change, when I yaw, bank heavy, you can just hear the sound changes in the pitch. I'll do that. I'll shut up now and you can hear it. It does this sort of vibration sound as well. You can see it slightly vibrate too. It's a very accurate simulation of a helicopter, by the way. Okay, Marcel, reload the plane. Yeah, that probably will do it. I'm gonna head towards that lake and try the floats anyway. We need to arm them anyway, so it's fine. Welcome to those of you who recently joined. We are in X-Plane 11, obviously, and we are in the new Bell 407. Sky textures and clouds is thanks to Xenviro. Not optimized fully for this version of X-Plane 11. As you can see, the frames are around 40. If I disable it, I'll gain about 10 FPS, and if I wasn't streaming, I'd gain another 10 or 15 FPS. So when I'm flying around here earlier, before I started streaming, I was getting around 65 FPS. But it's fine, as you can see, even 40 is still very smooth. So let's try this float. I have a feeling I have to re-enable it actually from outside. By the way, this is another Xenviro issue. So you can see the blades, when you look at the sky, don't look very good. When you look down, it's fine. So as I say, looking forward to the next update. Okay, so that option no longer is available, by the looks of it. I think I have to be on the ground. Okay, so that's fine. We can land somewhere here and re-enable the floats, can't we? Not really a good idea to land here amongst the trees. Okay, let's try it. Hopefully it should give me the option. There we go. Floats. Cool. Let's try and land this thing on the water now. I haven't done this before, so I have no idea how I was going to do it. Seems to work. That's pretty cool. There we go. A little bit bouncy, but I guess that's what happens when you land a big thing like this in the water. So I've armed it now, so as Marcel highlighted, probably need to restart the chopper in the sim to disable this. That's cool, I wanted to try it still. There we go, we can open the door. And if we exit, as I mentioned earlier, sounds change. Okay, this camera thing has come alive. I have no idea what it's supposed to be doing. It looks like, well, it says Sineflex Media, so I guess it's for recording. But haven't noticed it's doing really anything in the sim. I need to read up about it and see. So this is, seems I can't enable. No. It's a bit bizarre. I think it needs to be on the ground to bring up the settings for the aircraft. Anyway, so what do you guys think? Pretty impressive, isn't it? So that's what it looks like in the night. There you go, and you've got prop shadows, which looks like you can enable yourself as well. There we go, and inside as well. That's pretty cool. Doesn't have an effect on the frames, which is quite good. Hi Epic Zeus. I don't have it actually. My brother still has it. So, well, I have two brothers. One has the Vive, one has the Oculus. What do you ask? Anything in particular? Yeah, Marcel. It certainly is a camera, but I was hoping we could do something with it in the sim, but it doesn't seem to be the case. The level of detail on this chopper is just incredible. It really is. And the sound as well, really good. Anyway, let's head back towards the airport. Get rid of the floats. Before we do that, I'm curious to see what that SAS function does. I have a feeling it engages a hover, auto hover, but let's see. It's certainly, I'm not actually flying it right now. So it's stabilizing the aircraft. Again, I'm not too sure what the function of that is, to be honest. It's something that I have to look into. But still interesting. I'm sure some of you guys will know better than me. If you do, please share your knowledge. Yeah, Epic. I've heard really good stuff about X-Plane using Fly Inside in X-Plane. With Vive and Oculus. I really wanted to try it, but when I installed the Oculus, it completely destroyed my PC. It corrupted my USB drivers, and it took me a good couple of hours to try and work out how to get back into it. It basically would get stuck in the BIOS screen and it would not load Windows. But eventually I found a way in and reinstalled the USB drivers and deleted the Oculus drivers, and I was back online again. Yeah, James, hi. I agree. The wash from the water is really not good. Definitely needs a lot of work. I'm still not convinced I've set up the helicopter properly, because it's not flying as efficiently as it was earlier. But it could be to do with these huge floats, because I know the weight is simulated in this aircraft very accurately. I think X-Plane also has a bit of work to do with the daylight textures. This is the sort of time I prefer to fly. I think it just looks most realistic. As you can see with the lighting, and it just looks much better. So I think that's why I think it's a great shame OrbX is not going to be part of this, because I think they would have really nailed the daylight textures and scenery. Of course, we have Author for XP Photoreal Scenery. if you have the capabilities of doing that and the storage space. Let's try and land this beast. You really have to fly this thing. I know I said that earlier, but for those of you who recently joined us, I was saying about flying this helicopter is just amazing. You really have to focus. It's not like anything else. You really have to think about what you're doing. So that camera's spinning around. Curious whether it's functional. So I mean, you can see the floats. You can arm the floats here. It's landing lights. That's interesting. Overspeed, fuel quantity. It's cool, isn't it? Adjust the temperature, lighting. So what else do we have here? So let's get rid of the floats. Left basket and right basket. So again, I wonder whether this is actually functional or it's just for show. I think it's just for show, to be fair. Don't think you can actually specifically do anything with this. So what else do we have? Rotor shadows, we've done that. That's the camera. Sling hook. Yeah, of course. There it is there. So I wonder. It's it sounds with Dreamfoil. G-Force. No idea what that is. I wonder if we have a function for the sling hook. So I wasn't lying when I said this is the first time I've flown this, guys. There doesn't seem to be anything specific for sling hook. Having said that, it could be something that we could program here. So what do we have? Okay, let's have a look. Sling. Nope. Nothing to do with sling. Hook, I think it's just the hook on aircraft. So yeah, again, it could be just for show, nothing specific. So of course this is the fuel, which I showed you guys earlier, if you want to alter the fuel aircraft. Anyway, I think we've probably seen enough of this helicopter. So what I'm going to do is let's load up the Cessna. Some of you may have not seen the Cessna. I'm just going to just fly it just ahead of there. For those of you, again, who've recently joined, check out this cool effect of the headset swaying with the gravity. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Whoa. That could have been dangerous. So I'm flying this quite aggressively now. Let's land it again. Okay, there we go. So if you guys want to hear what it sounds like, switch it off. Whoops. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go, let's move closer. Yeah, let's wait for that to finish, and then again, for those of you who didn't see this earlier, show you some cool little tricks before we fly the Cessna. Thomas, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have done that in terms of map the sling on the tail hook, because that's just a one function rather than sort of like an up and down. There's, I guess, a lot of Spanish in the chat. That's cool. Do I... Sorry, James, I missed your question. Do I have the status pack installed? I do. Yep. Do have the Grand Canyon. Epic Zeus, Laminar is busy porting XP to Vulkan. I'm not sure what you mean there. Vulkan a specific language. Hi Josh, welcome back to the stream. Okay, so check this thing out, guys, for those of you who didn't see it earlier. It's pretty cool. Just close the door. So you can test the rotors by spinning them manually, and you can add the remove before flight covers and excuse me. But look at this. There you go. Raise it up. Actually, let's cut out that sound. Okay, there we go. You can see the level of detail here. Pretty cool. Right, so this is the last thing I want to show you before we move on. Check this out. How cool is that? I could do this for a while. So much fun. He seems quite happy. There we go, and then we can lower it again. Yeah, so I thought I'd show you that. It's quite good fun. Vulkan API, interesting. So do you know what the benefits of that, Epic? Okay, so let's fly the Cessna, I think. So we'll go for that one. Go for any of these, doesn't matter too much. So this is another pretty detailed aircraft for X-Plane. Could do a short flight towards Seattle. We'll land. It's a little bit of a short stream tonight. but I missed doing it, so I thought I'd get one in very quickly. It is like R2-D2.
The engine seems ideally primed.
Okay, so let's get this thing started. So this is a pretty good, it's a pretty accurate model of the Cessna. Everything's functional in this plane. It's pretty cool. Even sounds as well, just like the helicopters. It's really good. Not so good on frames, to be honest. You can see it's dropped to 30. Was it 35? But it's pretty detailed, to be fair. You can see the textures are pretty good. It's all sort of HD, so I'm not surprised it's heavy on the frames. Anyway, let's go flying. The movement in this aircraft is pretty good as well. You get the feeling that you're actually sat inside the cockpit and you get the head movement. It's pretty cool. I think I could probably safely take off from this halfway down the runway. So I've had interesting surprises with this aircraft before. Because it's modelled accurately, I've had frosting on the windscreen and had engine fire, all random stuff. It's really cool. So let's head towards Seattle, which is just to the east from here. Yeah, it simulates quite a lot, Thomas. And yeah, the Cessna that comes with X-Plane is pretty good. It's really good on FPS. It's not quite as detailed, excuse me, as this. It is in terms of flight model and what have you, but simulation-wise, I mean, as you can see here, it has quite a lot of options, this aircraft, that you can play around with. And you've got the maintenance as well, so all of these things can go wrong. The more you use the aircraft, the more you have to repair it, service it, and all that kind of thing. It's pretty detailed, and you can simulate all sorts of failures and engine, electrical, bird strike. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Of course, you've got the checklist here. You can flick through different pages. Yeah, they've done a very good job of this. And of course, you've got camera. I mean, the bump mapping on this aircraft, you can see, it's just incredibly detailed. So good. Looks like I've left the window open. Yeah, it's good. It's yeah. I would be lying if I said it's as good as the default one, but the default one is very good. Sure. Kamano Island Airport. So what's the where is that in relation to where I am now, Epic Zeus? Yeah, I guess you could say that. It's a more detailed aircraft, payware aircraft. Of course, you can play around with lighting and all sorts of things inside. Hi Dan, welcome to the stream. I've never really been up close to a Bell 407 to know whether it's modelled accurately or not. But for someone who doesn't really know how it compares to the real thing, I can't tell the difference really. So as you can see, Xenvar is just very pretty. Not very pretty on my frames. So if we disable it, there we go. You can see I've gained only 5 or 6 this time compared to the 10 earlier. But that's mainly because this aircraft is pretty detailed. Northwest of Seattle. Okay, so let's have a look. Kamano Island. So if Seattle's there, so where is this thing? Maybe I'm being stupid, Epic Zeus, but I can't find it. It's across the sound. No idea what that means.
Oil temperature is getting hot. Damage may occur.
Oil temperature's getting hot. Need to keep an eye on this. Do you have an iCow? That might help. Okay, 13W. Actually, let's do okay, let's put it in here. It's a bit fiddly this, isn't it? There we go. Activate. Oh, it's a fair distance, isn't it? Okay, so it's in this direction, isn't it? There it is. 42 nautical miles. Wow. I think that was just a range, wasn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay, so this is it's quite far, Epic Zeus. Yeah, I agree. It's probably better for the Panthera. I'm sure that there are other airports nearby. We can just land somewhere closer. So you can see quite a lot of autogen there in the distance. Yeah, I'm noticing quite a lot of good improvements in this release candidate. And the performance is definitely better. It's not quite fully there yet, but it's definitely better. You can see Seattle there in the distance. So let's see. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be too far for us, so... yeah, let's head towards Seattle. I'm going to speed up the time. So do you remember, guys, in FSX you can do, I think, R and then plus plus to increase the simulation speed? Well, in X-Plane it's Control T. There we go. It's almost 2 times speed. So as you can see, it says, which is as fast as your PC can run with these rendering options. In FSX it will do it faster, but obviously a lot of the scenery just disappears because it needs to catch up. I think this is good enough. It's twice the speed we're normally flying, so that's I'm cool with that. Epic Zeus, this is XP11 release candidate 2, I believe. Let's see if we can find out. Not sure if we can here actually. No. Sure there's a way, but here we go. Release candidate 2, there we go. So Ruben, I have it set to high, not max. It's not quite powerful enough to set it on max with the other options I have enabled. There we go. So there's this haze is slightly unusual. Let's lower it a little bit. There we go. It looks a little bit more realistic than before. Maybe it's a little bit too hazy. It's okay for now. They have actually done. They have improved the water textures, for sure. Can't really see it here, but let's leave the aircraft to do its thing. There we go. It's definitely better than what it was before. Was a plane? There it is. And there's the city of Seattle. I remember in P3D, when you fly in Seattle, wow, the frames are awful. Get major stutters here. I mean, you can see the frames here, what, 33, 32, but it's smooth. It's a difference. It's smooth. And of course, sloped runways. You can just about see how sloped the runways are in Seattle there. The other thing which is really impressive, if you notice the instruments in the cockpit are actually moving. I mean, that's just incredible detail, isn't it? We're going to head towards that airport there. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a nice little airport. It is, it's a really nice cockpit. It's very detailed. That's why the frames are not as good as the other aircrafts, because it's very high res. Check out those slopes. It's mad, isn't it? Crazy. So Thomas, you compared Lowy with Max objects and Orb orthophotic speed textures with real photo. Yeah, I can imagine it's really good. Yeah. Yeah, it does. I mean, as you can see, Ruben, quite right. I mean, I've set the autogen here to high. It's not max, and that's why I'm happy with it, because I think it's pretty damn good. You can see there's a lot going on down there. I mean, max is just ridiculous, but to me, that's more than enough. So you get the happy medium, lots of autogen, and of course you've got good performance too. There we go, 33 FPS. Of course you've got traffic, ground traffic. I like it. I think I've got the sweet spot. This is, for me, the perfect settings. And that's another thing I really like about X-Plane. I'm not having to keep tweaking things. Sam, I'm using actually the X52 Pro joystick and throttle. Dan, no, you can't see too much of the repeating tiles in the water. Not as much. It's still there, if I'm honest, but it's not as obvious. For sure, it's definitely an improvement. Thank you, Ruben. Yeah, it's getting late for me too, so I'm going to land this thing and I'm going to call it a night. Hopefully we'll stream again over the weekend. But thank you for joining. There was slight flickering in the stream actually. That was because my antivirus was enabled. I've just disabled it. I think it decided to start doing some sort of update. Bad timing or what? So for those of you who are new, or perhaps who haven't yet, go ahead and join my Facebook group for the channel. I'll get you approved as soon as this stream is over if you do request to join. Hi Dennis, welcome to the stream. Yeah, sorry, if you meant in general, no, there isn't stuttering and flickering in X-Plane. It's pretty smooth. I mean, as I said, check out how much autogen's there, and traffic. You can even see Seattle there in the distance, Seattle Tower, an airport. I mean, it's incredible detail. So if you're new to the channel, I'd appreciate if you subscribe. I'm getting close to 2,000 subscribers. If you didn't know, I'm going to be doing a giveaway at 2,000 subscribers. I did one at 1,000, and a gentleman called Ernesto won a copy of X-Plane 11. Haven't decided what the next giveaway is, but I'll certainly be doing one at 2,000. As soon as I hit 2,000, I'll announce what the giveaway is going to be. So go ahead and join that Facebook group and subscribe to the channel. You might be lucky. By the way, this is default scenery, this airport. As you can see, the level of detail is just incredible. So you know the tradition, guys, on this channel. We're going to watch a replay of that landing, and you have to rate it 0 out of 10. So I'll do that in just a second. Let's just get this thing parked up, and we can watch the replay. Pretty cool. I mean, this even the default sky textures and lighting is just really good. Certainly, I mean, you can see when I enable XEnviro, it definitely looks better with XEnviro. But you can see I've lost about 6 to 7 frames. But it does look good. It really does look good. And if you can see, if we lower that sun, there we go. How about that? Okay.
The engine seems ideally primed.
And of course you can do the walk around in this aircraft, which is pretty cool if you didn't know.
Exterior manipulation mode is
There
now
you go, and you can walk around. You can of course interact with the aircraft on the outside too. There you go. Of course you could do a pre-flight checklist, pre-flight walk around. And in case you didn't know, you can also pull this aircraft along too, just like the helicopter. Although you're pushing it really, rather than using a small robot. Still, pretty cool effect. And I'm only using the joystick to do this. I'm just pushing it around. There you go.
the exterior manipulation mode is now active.
I'm not sure, Epic Zeus. I've never really understood the numbers up here. Maybe you can tell me. So CPU is 0.03 and GPU is 0.01. So I would assume that CPU's running struggling more than the GPU, but I could be wrong. You can hopefully tell me. I think so, Dan. I think the Autogen definitely looks more populated than before. You can see. There we go. It's quite a big area, and you can still see the aircrafts in Seattle at Seattle Airport. So everyone's still loaded up, which is pretty impressive at that distance. As you can see, that's a ridiculous amount of Autogen. So let's put things into perspective here. We've got Xenviro enabled. We also have I'm streaming, of course, so I do say I normally lose between 10 and 15 FPS while streaming. We have a high quality aircraft HD with HD textures. We've got traffic, you can see road traffic. There's a lot going on, to be fair. So look at that. Doesn't that just look beautiful? Come on. Let's go a little bit higher, just above this haze, and you can see it a little bit clearer. There you go. How about that for a view? Just get the sun up a little bit. Yeah, no, it's if I'm honest, it's getting very close to a perfect sim. Really is. You can see the lighting under clouds is definitely having an effect on the lighting. All sorts of things. It's really good. There you go. How about that? That's interesting, Epic Zeus. I think if they were able to really optimize the code so it takes advantage of the GPU as much as it does of CPU, we'll be on to a winner here, really. Look at that haze in the sun, just incredible. It's funny because I'm always arguing with people online. People try and convince me that P3D and FSX is better than X-Plane. I just wish they would come and check it out on the stream and see what I'm on about. And you can just about hear the birds. Not sure why you can hear them at this height, but anyway. There we go.
The exterior manipulation mode is now active.
So let's get back in now. Anyway, that is all I have time for this evening, guys. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe, like the video. I'm hoping to be live again at the weekend, maybe Saturday evening. So do go ahead and subscribe so you can get notification if you've enjoyed it and you want to come back. That would be awesome. Apart from that, as I say, thank you for joining, and I hope to see you all again soon. Take care, guys. Bye.